After spending 2 nights in Istanbul, Turkey, Dorothy and I had booked a 2-day tour overnight stay in Cappadocia in central Turkey. We wanted to accomplish 2 things on this guided tour. One is to see some of the hidden cities or cities built beneath the ground. There is also a very famous balloon flight over the countryside that is world renowned. Now, once we arrive in Cappadocia, the first function we're going to do is go through an underground city called Cappadocia. And this is a very, very wide city. It looks like a maze underground. It is not as deep as some of the hidden cities, but it is fascinating. Now, one of the things that you got to be careful of is these are going to go through some narrow tunnels that require you to hunch down or bend over and walk. The areas that you have to bend over and walk are not very long, but it can be uncomfortable. Also, you have to watch your head when you're going through these areas, because you hit the roof of that thing with your head, it can get painful. I wore a hat. The second thing that we were warned about before you even go down in there is that if you're claustrophobic, that may not be a best place in the world for a claustrophobic person to go. Now, the good news is it's very, very well lit. There's after going through some of these shorter tunnels where you have to bend over, there are large rooms. There are lots of tunnels that where you can stand up in, and it's well worth the visit. Now, this is the entrance to the underground city. There is a fee that was included in our tour. And this is the underground city of Cappadocia. Fascinating. And what was fun for a videographer is to be able to take videos with one hand and find your way through these small tunnels with the other. Oh, there's some steep steps here, dear.
Yeah, Chuck. Good morning. Good morning.
Most of the areas were very well lit.
It has been, proved by the archaeologists and the historians, and also those carvings. You cannot see any painting in this chapel except these 2 carvings. The first one is the Orthodox cross. This is the Maltese cross, and this is the altar which is used to baptize the small kids here by using the holy water. In the deepest point of migration, should be. By the way.
No, thank you. I'm happy I wasn't alive.
Your hat with you?
Yeah, I got my hat. No, yeah.
This is our tour guide, Mohammed. Not Mohammed, but Mohammed. Very, very good English. He and I had a lot of fun talking over the history of this area. Now, this was fun. You've got to bend over and walk through these tunnels. Like I said, they were not too far. But the fun part was crawling through these tunnels and holding a camera in one hand and trying to keep your head from hitting against the ceiling at the same time.
Yeah. It's not clean. During the day, does it go out once a day or once a week or once a month? And stay down here?
It depends on the wars and also the climate, especially in winter season, because they should go out for the sun. So that's why it was always being a passing point by the armies. It took about maximum 1 week. 1 week of time you can live here, but not 1 month. So it may create some sickness on your body.
One of these photos shows where they made wine and the whole dripping into a container. And also this is a rolling rock that is a stone door. You could roll it across the opening for protection.
want me to go after you?
Yeah, usually if you can hang on to me, so if you fall.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're doing good, huh? Okay. From what I understand, that this earth was limestone, which made it fairly easy to dig out, but of course it took several years of doing it. Now, for living underground, it was very good for storing food, as the temperature does not change underground. I understand in later times that Christians lived in these holes or these underground cities as protection from the Romans. One thing to note is Cappadocia underground city is only one of maybe 200 Cappadocia underground cities. Only a few are open to the public. You need to see which ones are before you go, and it is always best to go with a guide.
Yes, all day out by hand.
Chuck, it took me
It took
155
literally, in
steps.
Hittite period, there was no iron. They used obsidian tools, which is known as the volcanic glass in archaeology, which is very, very sharp and durable stone like diamond. That's why the first cave built by obsidian tools.
Even though these videos show that you're bending over a lot or you're climbing stairs a lot, really there are only short distances that you have to bend over, and really not that many stairs. It's relatively easy most of the places. As you can see, some of the chambers are quite large, very open. Lots of air vents. There was no problem with stale air anywhere in the underground city. Now we had time to go for lunch. This was a morning tour. We got off straight off the plane, got onto the vans, drove out to this area, went through this, and then went to lunch. It was a fun morning, but it was only the start of the day.
Hi, Chuck. Be careful.
Unlike yesterday's tour of the underground cities, this is cities that are out in the open, but they are still built into the rocks.
Wild fish. Yes. It's like the little holes. These are pigeon nests.
And while the rocks are quite sturdy, they are still limestone, which made for easy carving. I was curious of where the earth that was hauled away from those. I assume that they are the plateaus or the fields down below.
Yes, so this is the oldest version of the micro oven in history.
Let's face it, I'm just getting too damn old to do all this climbing of stairs.
Chapatín, te digo. Chompira, chapatín,
Oh, I think I'll pass.
I suspect it took hundreds of years to dig out all these dwellings.
He's dancing with water.
No, you can make.
Got the biggest kick out of this dog and the guys watering the lawn. The dog was just having a blast.
Yeah, I had it as a pork, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then get yourself an egg.
Okay.
Now, if I remember right, this was an underground mosque, not a church, but a mosque. Okay, the first one was actually a mosque, and this is actually a church that was built within the rock, and some of the paintings on the wall are still legible. The Turkish government has done a very good job in preserving these sites.
Slowly but surely.
We're going into a restaurant that part of it is built into the rock and part of it is just modernized addition to it. It was very, very good food.
Hello.
Now this area is still inhabited. The underground city is still there, or the open air city, and then the structures have been built to blend in and are still occupied. So ends a 2-day trip to Cappadocia, Turkey, and all its wonderful history. This is a trip well worth making.